My name is Terrie Hayward, and I'm a professional trainer and behavior consultant. I also work with, specialize in working with dogs who suffer from anxiety, special needs dogs, and handling and husbandry. Yeah, it's a good question. For me, I always say that training equals education and communication. So no matter what we're doing, we're always training. And in terms of grooming, we can do so much to reduce fear, anxiety, and stress if we understand body language and understand some basic training principles like positive reinforcement and the use of positive reinforcement to help a dog or cat or any animal really, to change their behavior, to do something different, to do something that we would like them to do. It doesn't have to be done by force or intimidation, which can result in stress and fear and anxiety. So I, years ago, was doing handling for veterinary practice for my own dogs. I wanted them, because I'm a trainer, to have a more comfortable experience. My sister, who's a professional groomer, she was laughing because the dog who's on the book is one of my dogs, Blanca, but she calls her wash and wear because she doesn't need any kind of special haircut like a Bichon or something. So it's ironic that she's the one that's the cover girl. But even still, we still want dogs who are wash and wear to feel comfortable with getting a bath and having their nails trimmed and maybe cleaning their ears. So there's still a grooming component, even if your dog doesn't need to have more of a fancy style haircut. So I felt it was really important to look at handling components with veterinary care. And then my co-author, Jay Anders, is a master groomer. And he had seen that Anne Francis, who's actually my sister, and is also a master groomer. She's on Groom Team USA, which is the top 100 groomers in the United States. And she's now a judge as well for many competitions. And she had just won a big category. And so Jay said to me, we really should do some kind of collaboration. And in the grooming world, a lot of people know Anne. And in the training world, you and I have a good foot there. And so I think we can do something together. And there really wasn't anything like this out there. So we wanted to be able to provide sort of a template or a guide for people that wanted to have some information about how to start working with dogs in a more positive reinforcement manner using training with grooming. Yeah, I think there's a big advantage because it can improve our relationship with the dogs. It can help make the situation less stressful and safer for everybody. If you can understand the dog's communication and they're starting by maybe doing a lip lick or a yawn or a shake off, and we recognize that early on as stress, then we can change the way we're moving before they escalate to a snap or a bite. Also, if, for example, if I need to do my dog's nails and she's comfortable with me doing a Dremel for the nails, then literally it can take about 30 seconds versus if you have a really fearful dog and people are trying to hold the dog down, which is not what I recommend. Then the procedure can go on for longer and again can have long-lasting repercussions too. So it's really important to recognize what canine body language is communicating. And I think you're right too, that a lot of times people don't recognize it because they don't understand. Even if we look at the internet, sometimes there are pictures and people are saying things like, oh, that's cute. But you and I as trainers are looking going, oh, no, that's not cute. It's stress. It's anxiety. And I don't think they're doing it on purpose. They love their dogs. I think they don't realize. So once we know better, then we can do better. once we recognize, oh, that's stress, then it's kind of like we have new glasses on and we can understand that the animal is feeling uncomfortable, and we can try to change things so that they feel more relaxed, and that makes it easier for them and for us. One thing is that we don't understand how to adjust the criteria. For example, if we don't recognize that the dog is escalating their fear, anxiety, and stress, we might keep pushing forward, and that could result in a bite. It also could result in a dog that not only has a bad experience that time, but the next time it's exponentially worse. And the next time, you know, they see you even getting the car keys and they say, oh, I don't want to leave the house because maybe you're taking me in the car to the groomers. So it gets worse and worse each time. I was joking the other day, again, my dogs are wash and wear, so I do my own grooming with them, but we were going to the vet and we were laughing that my dogs were the only two dogs trying to run inside, because when we go inside, they have a licky mat with cheese or chicken. So we have to create that positive experience for them. And the same is true for grooming, which reduces that stress level. So again, not recognizing the signs can lead animals to escalate to a much more dangerous and difficult situation. And that early identification is really key. So I think it can be more expensive if you can't, you know, obviously get the groom done safely. It can be a risk to both the groomer as well as the animal. And again, the whole future experience of grooming can just be more difficult and more stressful if we don't recognize how the animal is feeling and are not able to reduce that anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really important. Yes, no, thank you for trying to put the word out there. I think that's the key is, you know, just education. Like we said before, I don't think ever people are, you know, not intentionally not trying to do something more compassionately for their animals. They just don't recognize. And once we do recognize, then we can't go backwards because we see, oh, my dog is stressed. How can I help them? I think that once we incorporate understanding about body language, it definitely improves the whole experience. Again, from the owner, the family, because it's not so hard to get their dog to go. Like I said, their dog is trying to run inside to go to the groomer. It's a positive, happy experience, or relaxed at least. And for the groomer, because again, they don't have to worry about perhaps getting bites. They can have a better relationship with their client who is the dog, and the families when word of mouth is that, oh, your dog doesn't enjoy going to the groomer. My dog goes to this groomer and they love it. I've had several clients that I've referred specifically to fear-free certified groomers. And they're so surprised. They say it's such a difference because, of course, they're not holding them and restraining them and forcing things when there's another way. So I think that also, you know, even as trainers, we're always looking to continue to improve upon our knowledge base and our skill level. And so even if a groomer is doing really well, you know, it's an investment in them so that they may have more to offer their clients. If they end up taking the fear-free course, there are also free modules that are part of the package that I know because I've written them that they can take afterwards. There's one specifically on bathing that I did not too long ago, which is nice. It's a nice extra enhancement piece that they have access to after they've done the course. So, you know, it's something else too that they can advertise as, like, it sets them apart. So if there are 5 groomers in this part of town, but only one fear-free groomer, once we as the trainers too start to educate people about how important it is and how it can be such a better experience, then we can send people to those folks that do have that additional knowledge and skill set. I appreciate you reaching out. This was fun.
Yes.
In normal times, I love travel, so I really enjoy talking to and meeting friends from other parts of the world too. So again, thank you for reaching out, and I hope maybe we have the chance to collaborate on something again sometime, for sure. And meet in person one day.
Okay.
I also wrote this one because I wanted people to understand that like we were saying, every single thing that you do is training. And we want people to understand it doesn't take a lot of time, but because every interaction is training, that they can, even if they only have like 10 minutes, they can use that time wisely. So it walks through how to do the basics of training and how to look at body language, etc. So